First off, rest in peace, neighborhood nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building business, it's that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Ace over here.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
What up, what up, what up? Did you miss us? We back, baby. You know, we just had to take a little brief hiatus. You know, we had some things going on. We had homecoming. We had birthdays. Shout out to Dallas. And I ain't talking about the Dallas duo. The real Dallas.
Big dog.
The big dog, the real gangster. Baby Debo. You know what I mean? You don't know Dallas like I know Dallas. But we back again, man. Episode 255. I am your host, AJ. And as you can see, perspiring a little bit because it's hot. It's hot. I'm not in my normal recording location. But as always, I am accompanied by the man, the myth, Mr. On Mute himself.
That was on purpose. I put it on mute.
I know.
My soda.
I know. Sorry, if the birds can chirp in my background, you can open your pop in your background.
It's a humping a squirrel. It's your boy.
Just like us.
It's your boy Hill, man. He'll go here regardless, man. We have definitely had a life hiatus, but I mean, it was a good life, technically. You know what I'm saying? We had our homecoming, like my daughter's birthday, your birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all want us to do? You know?
Hey, yeah, I mean, things happen, priorities hit. I mean, we technically, never mind. We couldn't. I could have said technically we could have recorded our homecoming. No, we couldn't. It wouldn't have been good for anybody.
Nah.
All parties involved.
Absolutely. Man, did I say you catch us on all major podcast platforms already?
You did not.
Oh, you catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3-Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3-Man Weave _. Email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Can I quarterback this one right quick?
By all means, sir. Do your thing.
You know, we missed it. We missed a few major topics, you know, as we was going. Robert Saleh got fired. They traded for Devontae Adams. We already discussed how we really felt about the trade. That was inevitable. So we didn't feel like we really missed much. What else did we miss? The NBA season started. We will definitely expound on that in a little bit. But first, we have a champ. A new
shout
champ.
Shout out to the New York Liberty, man.
Man, it's been a long time coming.
It's definitely been a long time coming. And you know what? It's a part of what they wanted when they asked for everybody to bring their eyes. Now everybody talking about how it ended. And guess what? I think Vegas in on this one too. All of this stuff is rigged. All of this stuff is rigged.
It's getting to the point where they're not even getting smooth with it anymore. It's like, you know, but I mean, they were in the finals last year. Let's not act like they wasn't one of them.
I'm not saying that's a Cinderella story.
Yeah, you know, and the Lynx, bro, y'all got 5. You know,
I don't care.
I know, but I respected that they were very vocal on. Hey, look, bro, y'all took this from us. You know, this is bogus. But next year they definitely are expounding the playoffs. I think the finals is definitely going to be 7 games. So maybe, you know, we'll get a different result or the right result, you know, in that case. We'll see. But I don't want to rain on a parade. Shouts out to the Liberty.
Hey, yeah, shout out to the Liberty. You know, if I was a Lynx fan, I definitely would rain on the parade because I'd definitely be hating.
Did we?
You know what? I probably wouldn't because I ain't really shit on the Rams when we got cheated. But okay, let me not do that because it's been a long week. I don't want to get emotional.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like you just hate to see pivotal games come down to like questionable stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Just let the players decide it, man. Like, come on now. They especially at this level, at that magnitude of the game. Like, you hate to see any type of stain on anything. But like I said, don't want to rain on their parade. Shouts out to the Liberty. Do you have did we establish that you have a WNBA team?
I believe I was going with the Chicago Sky.
You just rolled with the Sky off rip? Okay, cool.
I believe that's what I said because I like it's still Midwest, but just being from Ohio, I can't go with Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Like with the borders, so I got to go over. And plus, Chicago, my favorite city in the world. If it was no such thing as winter, I'd probably be living there right now.
Why didn't you go with the Mercury? Just for curiosity, since you're a Suns fan in basketball.
I didn't want to go with the Phoenix Mercury just because I wanted to kind of like expand, and also I'd be tired. I'll be trying to stay like I ain't trying to stay up late. I'm sorry, man. I ain't trying to stay up late. Hey,
I'm tired of this. Let's go.
I'm trying to be in bed at a respectable hour.
Do y'all want a fan or not?
Exactly. Like, hey, look, hey, I gotta spread this shit around, dog.
I feel you.
I'm honest. I'm honest.
I wasn't coming. I just asked. I asked the question. I got the answer.
Hey, look,
you know what I'm saying?
I could do a little Midwest time zone.
I feel you. Oh man. You say your favorite city is about to be sad in Chicago. Dirt. It's over for Dirt, bro. It's over for Dirt.
Man. Bro, I ain't team cry. But watching that throwback clip of Wallow,
yeah,
when he was talking about when he was crying about how he forgave his brother Killer and how he want the same for Dirk, he's like, yo, I understand what you're going through, but you got to do it to overcome. Because he was like, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be sitting here right now being able to give you game. And it was like, I heard it in Dirk's response that he was just like you can almost tell he was like 9 with none of that. And it's just like, damn, man, if only. But yeah, man, they got him on. It seems like they got him on wires. They got they got everything they needed.
Multiple conversations of him threatening possible,
people that could testify, witnesses and accomplices and all of that. And he had like 3 separate flights booked to like different places trying to throw him off. And that's how they already had him under surveillance and booked him in Florida, man.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man, but that's just I hate to say that it's a part of the game, but it is. But then it's like the worst part of it is you got dudes that do their own separate dirt and then still sell you out to kind of get off on their dirt. And it's like, it's a cold game, dog. It's a cold game. It's nasty. I hate to see it because you taking someone who has fed a lot of people, who put money in a lot of people's pockets. Yeah, the person who allegedly sold him out put money in his pocket.
Yeah, the weird part about it is it's like I like Dirk, so it's like I feel bad, but it's like on the flip side, it's like I really don't feel bad because it's like, bro, you're guilty. Like,
yeah, no, I'm like, it's not. It's like when I say I feel like it is, I feel bad. It's more so you are doing certain things and you live a certain life, but you can also kind of see when things start turning around when people start getting to a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could almost say that if Vaughn never got killed in 2020, it might have been a different, you know, an outcome because he had already been trying to change Vaughn into, you know, like getting him straight and putting him together.
Yeah.
And then when it all happened, it's like it took him back. And then when D-Thing got killed, it was like, all right, time to spiral again. You know what I mean? And so it's just like it's almost like in every movie we see, it's like American Gangster. Frank Lucas was trying to get his life together. Boom, he get popped. You know what I mean? It's like that's like, you know, George Young. He chilling. Boom, get popped. Whenever somebody try and get out, it's like that's when it's just like, okay, we got him, because it's almost like you get sloppy in a sense, I think.
Yeah, or you mean it's like,
or they didn't got everything they need on you. They were just waiting for their moment.
Yeah, it's like it's now it's your expiration. It's, you know, pretty much. It's like, oh no, we seen this actor. We gotta get you up out of here, bro.
Yep. Say, hey, no sir.
That was a final straw.
That's our last straw. You will not be on Stars.
One of my novice predictions in this sport has finally came to fruition. And I'm so happy about it. As you can see my jersey. Got my jersey on. You know what I'm saying? I am ready. You know what I'm saying? I've been predicting this for the longest. And it's one of those, because like I said, I'm not really, you know, that in
deep into baseball.
In the baseball, you know what I'm saying?
Just a Yankees fan.
Yeah, I'm a Yankee, but playoff baseball is different. Like,
for sure.
I can sit there and watch playoff baseball with no, you know, with no hesitation. You know what I'm saying? Regular season baseball is like, you know, okay. Is anything else on TV? Or, you know, do something else? Cool. But playoff baseball, definitely the intensity is heightened, is you know, the attention to detail is intensified. Everything is better, you know what I'm saying, about playoff baseball. So, you know what I'm saying? No, you know how people say the same thing about the NBA. Like, I don't really watch the NBA to the playoffs, you know, similar to that sense.
But it's also because the stakes, you know what I mean? It's like when you have 82 games, when you have 162 games, it's like, I mean, yeah, we know y'all out there playing, but it's like, it's not like this one game until you start getting down to the end. It don't really seem like it's critical. You know what I mean? It don't really seem like, oh, this is a game in August. Don't make you feel like, oh, this is for the number one seed type thing. You know what I mean? It just feels like, all right, they playing. The thing about, you know, football, there seems to be that sense of urgency because you have such a limited number of games. So when you play 162, you got a 3 to 4 game series over a weekend or something like that. It's like, all right,
yeah,
you know, you can lose by 20 runs today, come back out tomorrow, win by 1, and then still, you know, end up, you know, coming out winning 3 games of the series, and nobody really ever pays attention to that game you lost by 20 and being like, is this team for real? You know what I mean? So it's just kind of just like, I hate to say it drags because, you know, as a former baseball player, it's interesting, but when you just have 162 games and you're trying to keep up with it, it can become exhausting.
Yeah, definitely. But does baseball need this matchup?
No, I don't think baseball needs this matchup. I think
It doesn't hurt. I would
doesn't.
say that.
I was gonna say it doesn't hurt, but I don't think baseball needs this matchup because I don't say what you want about like talking heads saying, "Oh, baseball's too old. Baseball needs to step into the 20 whatever century we in." The numbers ain't really been hurting for baseball. You know what I'm saying? This may bring in more of the casual, like just the casual fans, because, you know, there are a lot of casual fans who are not baseball fans, but they're Dodgers fans. Not, you know, just MLB fans, but they're Yankees fans. You get what I'm saying? So this will be probably one of the highest rated World Series. No, this will be the highest watched and highest rated World Series we've ever seen. But I don't think this is something where it's like, oh, baseball needed to do this to bring baseball back. Because baseball, say what you want about a lot of casual people not watching baseball. It's a reason that these dudes still out here getting $500 million contracts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Baseball ain't really went nowhere. The view, like, you know, people still watching, people still going to the games, all of that. So this ain't something that baseball needed. But again, this ain't something that is hurting baseball. That's like the Steelers playing the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, football don't need that, but god damn it, bring it on. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's the same. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, we need a Lakers Knicks final. You know, it's like when you have two of the oldest and most historic franchises, yeah, it's going to be a storyline and people are going to watch. But the sport ain't suffering. It's good to have, but they ain't suffering.
I got you. So who you got? Quickly.
I hope this shit end in a tie in 6 games.
Yeah, but you don't hate the Yankees that much. Or
yes,
like,
I do.
I never knew you hated the Yankees like that.
I do, but it's been so long since I could just be like, yo, and outwardly hate the Yankees. Like, and I definitely don't like the Dodgers.
Why you don't like the Dodgers other than Ohtani?
Because so when I lived in LA, I was like, I moved to LA and I was an Angels fan before I moved to LA. And so a lot of my friends, they were like either Mexican, Salvadorian, all of that. They all Dodgers fans. So whenever the Angels played the Dodgers, we watching the game. And you know me, I'm going to talk my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who in the room, who I know or whatever. And so that's just what it was. And we was still pretty decent back then. So it was like, all right, cool. I was just always talking shit. And then living there was just kind of like, yeah, I see why it's like an in-state rivalry. So that's just what it is for real. It ain't serious. It ain't like University of Miami of Florida or something like that, or like the Steelers.
Yeah. I got you. All right.
Why didn't you knock?
Yes, I get the stickers. So,
What's good?
Say what's up.
you put your sticker. You put your ultra hot stickers.
Go give it to Gigi so she can put it on your Hot Wheels.
You don't know nothing.
Close my door.
Kids do not care, bro.
Don't be slamming my damn door.
Yeah, he slammed it like he had some animosity.
Go knock this. I already. Never mind. I don't want CPS pulling up on me.
They coming.
Just know. we put the sock and boppers on.
I'm riding for my guys. Hopefully, they.
Of course, I understand.
Yeah, we get it done. Before we get to the NFL, NBA started, and we had some things happen in the NBA. We definitely missed this opportunity to discuss this trade in particular, and we will get to that when we get to the next in particular. But your team won,
mm-hmm.
and they had a unique experience in that new arena when it came to the free throws. The wall, yeah. But y'all won. So give you time to what's your expectations for your team this year, before we talk about anybody else?
So my expectations for this team, to be quite honest, top 3 seed. You got to get a top 3 seed, and you need to be competing to win the West. And I know that may sound like, very high expectations, but to be quite honest, the way that you underperformed last year, got swept and booted out, and the moves you made, coaching, getting a true point guard, building some depth on this roster, I truly believe, with the things that are going on in the West, you need to be in contention for that, a top 3 seed and one of those teams where it's just like, oh, this team can win the West. You know what I mean? And it was a game that was closer than I expected to open the season, but I may chalk that up to just the intensity and, and opening a new stadium and all of that stuff and kind of stuff like that. But this opening stretch, we got to look impressive. Like, I want to see, some like us to kind of have some convincing wins in this, this first, like this first 10 game stretch of opening the season. Like, it's a decent schedule. It's not a cakewalk. It's not extremely hard. There's going to be some tests in there and stuff like that. But this is where I want to kind of really try and get a grasp on what this team is, because I don't think that this should be, sixth, seventh, eighth seed team with some of the talent that they have on there. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think I'm reaching? Do you think my expectations are too high?
Oh no. Your expectations should be exactly where they should be. That's the expectation. That doesn't necessarily align with reality. And not in a disrespectful tone. I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, like, if it doesn't happen in that way, because the West is competitive, it could just fall it could just fall. The ball can bounce a different way, but the expectation should definitely be as high as it should be.
Out.
With the team that y'all got, like you say, with the roster that y'all had, and like you said, the improvement at least to the starting lineup. Right. What I'm saying. So
but even with that, like I think we signed Monte Morris first. Mm-hmm. And then going out to get Tyus Jones. It was like that solidified the point guard room. Mm-hmm. And also by doing that, it solidified our starting rotation, where it's like, okay, Devin Booker can get off the ball. Devin Booker can be a playmaker. Kevin Durant, he can now give you 30, 45 points, sometimes Klay Thompson style with 2 dribbles. You know what I'm saying? And then it just kind of, like I said, it takes some of the other players that we have, and I'm going to mention them when we get to kind of our bold takes maybe one of these days. But bringing in, Mason Plumlee, I like that move.
I mean,
it's another big body. If Nurkic goes out hurt, guess what? We got somebody that could just get in the way. Mm-hmm. I like also Iguodala, the rookie that we brought in. Like, he even got more minutes than Ryan Dunn, who I actually expected to play more than Oso. So I think we have some good depth, and we have depth now that you look and it's like, you should be in the NBA. You should be getting minutes for a good NBA team. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I ain't even trying to like disrespect some of the other dudes that we had, but like,
no, that's exactly what happened though. Like,
it's just a part of it. Like, when when our starters like were out, we were terrible. Mm-hmm. And then you got guys having to play, even longer, and you can't have that when Bradley Beal always got, he got 50% of Ben Simmons back. You got Devin Booker with hamstrings like Reggie Bush, and KD, he getting up there, dog. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, you got to have some depth. Not necessarily saying you got to, do a whole bunch of load management, but you have to take care of be able to put people in so you can still win games without burning your players out by the time postseason basketball get here.
Yeah. See. My team took a terrible loss. Terrible loss. I mean, I don't know what Jimmy was doing. Jimmy looked nasty.
Oh, I thought we was talking about.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are talking about it. You thought that stain went off. Yeah.
I'm fucking with you.
You know what I'm saying? You thought I went back to that narcotic? Nah. Yeah, the Heat, man. I think once again, it's one game out of 82, and I think it was just a bad game in the office. You know what I'm saying? But the way it did look, it definitely caused for concern, because once Jimmy didn't get the extension that he wanted, Pat Riley didn't budge and like, I'm not giving you an extension. So it could be nasty. He could be on his antics type of run, which if that's the case, I don't respect that. That's could be a nasty look, a nasty thing. But like I said, the way the roster is, of course, it's Jimmy or nothing. Like we know who Bam is. I think people keep trying to think Bam to become something that he's not. Bam is a great compliment. He's a great number 2.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's who he's gonna be. Potential defensive player of the year candidate. But like I said, he ain't gonna give you more than what Bam has been giving you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to see another year of elevation of Bam. Bam is great at what he does best. Now
I
they
don't
got
know. Asia Wilson might take him to the next level.
I mean, got to step the game up. Can't be the worst in the crib.
Hey, you can't be the worst of the crib. Better play it for a heart.
Get cooked. They got a full season with Terry Rozier though, so that that should be beneficial. You know what I'm saying, with some of the things that just getting them after the trade deadline last year. So we'll see. You know, at the end, you know how the Heat do. They gonna find a way to be around the playoffs in some way.
Get them in the 7th, 8th seed.
You know what time it is.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Knicks. They took an L to the reigning champs. The Celtics definitely picked up exactly where they left off. I mean,
that was personal.
I think it was.
I think the Knicks just happened to run into the wrong team at the wrong time, because it's a whole lot of pissed off people on that team.
Yes,
for various different reasons.
And
so it's like,
I wish people would stop. It's not working. Y'all tried it. Y'all tried to break it up. Y'all tried to, make him mad. Oh, he the number one. Oh, he the number one. Oh, he got endorsement deal. You ain't got no endorsement deal. He the real one. Who's Batman? All like it ain't work. He got left. He got snubbed off the team, but he picked up the rest of the team on Team USA. But he didn't pick you. Y'all, this is not working. They are using this to their benefit.
Daddy.
They are using this to their benefit.
I feel like that was personal. He did that on purpose.
And then he left. He didn't say nothing.
He just wanted to bother me.
He asked for nothing. That was personal.
He don't want nothing.
Bill said that he the Celtics.
He the Celtics, dog.
Like I said, it's not working. Just let them be. Like I said, it's going to work out. Whatever y'all downfall, whatever take that you want to have, whatever opinion you want, just save it. It may come back to fruition for you. But if not right now, stop trying to force this take. This is going to be nasty for the NBA if y'all keep doing this. I'm just saying it. And the Knicks found that out. They went out there and took this first game of 82 personal. Why?
Bro,
they got their rings and everything. Like,
hey. So I don't know if you heard that episode. I think it was Bomani and Vinny Goodwill. And they was talking about the Celtics. And they were saying everybody got a vendetta. But one that people aren't really mentioning is Joe Mazzulla. Because he's always super locked in. And they alluded to why. And I'm going to be respectful too. And I'm going to tell you offline. But basically, it was like, you can't, like, everybody else is pissed off and locked in. You can't forget that this the same coach who likes to fixate on one task and one task only, and is really, one track mind. So he's always determined too, because a lot of people thought that, he couldn't do what he was doing. Was he overqualified? I mean, was he underqualified? Stuff like that. So again, he is a part of this too. And I think all of this involved, like all of this included, they not going nowhere. They about to be a problem.
Yeah. But let's move on to the next side of the thing. Pause. I got to. They made a trade. They went and got Karl Anthony Towns for Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. I like the trade from a Knicks aspect, basketball wise, because he's a better player than Julius Randle. Let's just go ahead and get this out the way.
Right.
He's a better player than Julius Randle. He actually fits better in basketball sense with this team. They're going to click. They're going to offensively. They're going to look a lot smoother, a lot more efficient. They're going to look better. Personally, he does not fit New York at all. It's going to be nasty.
It's the people stuff, man.
Yeah,
it's the people stuff.
Going to be nasty. They already ready to like they already halfway don't like him. You know,
bro. And let's not forget, he had Ant Edwards in the press conferences like his big homie.
Exactly.
Like you was the vet.
And
you was the vet. And then also, I will say it's like an underrated aspect of this is Dante DiVincenzo leaving in this trade too, because to me he showed that he was a Tibbs player. He was a dog. He could play those minutes for you. He can get you the buckets when you need to. He can strap up when you need to. I just don't know if Tibbs basically having them run gassers all game and basically not giving them no break.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
how is Cat really gonna like live up to that and hang with that style of play?
I mean, for that aspect though, he was going to move back to the bench role, Dante DiVincenzo, I mean, and his minutes, which would have been reduced, but I mean, everybody's minutes need to be reduced, the way Tibbs, run his team. But I mean, they got Mikal Bridges, they signed OG, they still got Josh Hart. Like these are three players that's going to play, and they're going to play significant minutes. Like his minutes was going to be diminished off the strength. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, it's ways that they could have got him on the court. I'm not saying that, but I can understand them moving him in this.
Right. No, I can understand it. But all I'm simply saying is he fits that. He fits that. That's all.
He currently constructed, even if they kept Randall, he fit it. It was a Tibbs ass team. Like,
yeah, for sure. For
and,
sure. That's all. And that's all I'm saying. Like, he fits a Tibbs team, and knowing how he fits a Tibbs team and what he did last year, Tibbs was gonna find a way to get him his minutes.
Yeah. Tibbs is familiar with Cat though.
He is.
So, but it's just.
But he saw what happened in that time, and
he had to okay this though.
Yeah, of
course.
He
had to be like, yeah, I'm fine with this, making this move. So he, like I said, he's seen the negatives. Maybe, like I said, Cat has grown from that aspect. On the flip side, I do understand that Julius went off yesterday. No, last night went off. He dropped 33, I believe. Julius is going to get his buckets. Julius is a good player. I think this fit is even nastier though with the Timberwolves.
It's terrible because I feel as if Julius, I don't like, to me, around Ant, you want players that can get their bucket in the flow of the game with Ant. Julius is going to stop the ball and be like, I'm about to get mine. So it's almost kind of like a gift and a curse, where it's like you want someone like Cat who can get their buckets, spread the floor, but it's like, damn, I also want you to kind of play a little bit tough and in the paint and not so goddamn finesse too. You know what I mean? And so they kind of were just, it was almost like a pick your poison. Do you want a finesse player in Cat, where it's like if he catching a rebound, is catching the rebound heading towards the 3-point line, or is it someone who's going to be gritty and tough like Julius Randle, but sometimes when he get that ball, it's going to stop, and it's going to be to the detriment of your franchise player. So I think that's where it comes in, and I think I think I understand them in a sense making this trade, because I believe it also helps them out financially, getting Cat off of their books. So who knows what they might, be in the works with, trying to do, later on in the season or in the off season, whatever the case may be. But I do believe that they're not done. They ain't done working.
The reason why I disagree with the trade is originally, and I don't want to. I know what's the term that that they use when you. I guess your take is correct. I can't think of that term that they use, but it goes back to the original trade, the trade discussion that we had, the Gobert trade. When I did not agree with the trade from the jump, I did not agree with that trade from the jump. I still don't agree with that trade, and I think now this is repercussion of that trade.
Because he was so expensive too.
He was,
you gave up so much.
The draft capital that you gave up for him, the result, somebody that you cannot play in the playoffs. Like, you cannot play this man in the playoffs.
That's the Atlanta Hawks' fault, though.
Atlanta Hawks' fault for what?
Because if they wouldn't have traded Luka Doncic for Trae Young, Rudy Gobert would have never had seen Luka one-on-one with the game on the line, dog. Like, he should have never been there.
Before that, you said it yourself.
Nah, I know.
You said it yourself in your series. You was like, everybody else get to play Rudy Gobert off the court, and
why can't we?
And why can't? And he was. This was the only series that was the only series that he could play was against y'all. And like I said, I understood the philosophy of moving Cat more to the 4 because he's more of a finesse player. But you could have got not anybody, but you could have got somebody dirt cheaper to play that role.
But that is one of the reasons why I said I understand that trade, though, because it allowed, like, you wasn't banking on Cat to be like, I need you to be in the post, I need you to help type thing. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, this might help him kind of like almost fit into a place where he might be more comfortable. And so I'll blow your balloon up in a little bit. Pause. Okay. But what I do want to say is, though,
hey, pause your son.
My fault. But that just sounded wild, though.
It did sound wild. What is your son? So it's like, at some point, it got to be some exemptions around here.
Okay, you're right. But what I will say also, though, is I understand we're saying that, the trade was bad. It kind of put them in a bad spot. They also, in the event, like, bro, if Rob Dillingham is who we think Rob Dillingham is going to be, or has the potential to be, they gonna be all right, because that's another bucket getter, that's another playmaker and stuff like that. You still got Naz Reid. I think that's go ahead, my fault.
No. That's that point that you said about Rob Dillingham is going to be mentioned later. I just want you to remember that. Okay.
We can move on, but yeah, so I do like their roster, because like even looking at their starting lineup, like you got Mike Conley running the 1, Ant, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
So I do like that, and so like as presently constructed, I like that, because yes, you may have to play Rudy Gobert off of the court and come playoffs, but you still have a level of toughness with Julius Randle and Naz Reid also.
Here's the thing about Randle. Randle has playoff issues too.
Oh, I know he got playoff issues, but even with his playoff issues now, I don't necessarily think you got to be banking on Julius Randle as your number 2.
Who's number 2?
I think it's almost a combination of Jaden McDaniels. You still got Mike Conley, who could be a playmaker, and all of those things. So I think you can kind of pair all of those together to kind of get those in the event Julius Randle start going playoff Julius Randle.
Yeah, I just don't. I didn't like.
No, I wholeheartedly get what you're saying, but
and I don't want to like toot my own horn like I told you so type of, because I'm gonna tell you what messes this up. Naz Reid emergent messes this entire thing. That we didn't bank on Nas Reed.
We didn't bank on that because
Oh,
now
yeah.
you moving Cat actually makes way for Nas Reed to get more minutes and
Yeah.
be that versatile player. And so like I know you're saying I told you, like you can kind of say like I told you so, but
I didn't want to.
I still can kind of say the jury's still out because it did take this team to a different level.
They got to the Western Conference Finals. So
right. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like, even though you like it may have not worked to get them a championship,
I never held them to that. I never held them to that standard. So
right. But so that's what I mean. It's like we didn't think like because I said that this would put them in contention though. You get what I'm saying? I didn't say this would make them an automatic title contender. But what we can kind of say is almost in a sense like at this present point where we stand, we both can kind of stake claim to kind of being right in our opinion because you felt it was going to be like this shit ain't gonna work. It's not going to be like, you know, something that's going to just be a cohesive thing. And for me, it's like they were one of the better teams in the West, made it to the Western Conference Finals. They swept the Suns. They, you know what I mean? And so it's just like they were a step away, basically. And so it's like, yeah, it didn't work when it didn't work, basically. But you can also say it didn't work because he still got played off of the floor in certain playoff series. But then it's like, you know, would they have gotten to, you know, this level without him in the regular season and all that type of stuff? So it's just kind of like whatever statement you want to make to say that you're right, you can kind of get that.
It's just the fact that it's like I definitely like it was inevitable. Once they traded for Rudy, it was like eventually Cat was already on the block. He ended up getting injured. It probably messed up the timeline of him getting traded, to be quite honest.
And to be quite honest, we've heard Cat rumors of Cat being on a trade block for a minute. Because I remember a couple of years ago, like, and I remember a couple of years ago, it was like, oh, is he going to play with his friend Devin Booker? And I'm like, please God, no. So yeah, you know.
Oh man, so we finally got that memorable moment during the Laker game. You know, Bron and Bronny checked in at the same time, and you know, played at the same time, and for that moment right there, you know, that was an amazing moment, man. It was like
for sure, man.
It was like, man, like that was dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything negative that you would want to say, just say it private, dog. Like that's not one of those moments that you need to just try to poo-poo on or dismiss or something. It's time you got to embrace that moment right then and there. You know, it was amazing. Like I was sitting back and, you know, I don't have a son, but I am a father. So, but it was like, yeah, this get you a little mushy, man. Like, you know, just to see this.
Man, listen, if to me, for the people that was like that had bad stuff to say to that is super weird to me. It's like it's just pure hate. Like regardless if you think it was like manufactured or whatever the case may be. Even if you feel like Bronny should be in the NBA right now. If I'm the most like well-known player or the most well-known person at anything, and I got a chance to have my son there and do it with me, you fucking right, I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care. I do not care. And to me, you know, people saying, "Oh, he's not an NBA player." There's a lot of people that have been in the NBA that's like, you're not really an NBA player. There's been people that have, you know, done less in college, made it to the NBA. Nobody cares. Again, no, like the only reason people truly care is because it's Bronny. No one would have cared if he was not LeBron James' son, still had the career that he had at USC, and was the number 55 pick. No one would have cared. I guarantee it. Because how many times have a team drafted somebody in the second round? They'd be like, no way. Because it's like, it's a lottery ticket. You just hope you banking on potential and stuff like that. And we talked about this privately.
Mhm.
Don't nobody care that Tim Boyle getting starts in the NFL. Dog, hey,
He had no business being in
he
it.
don't have no business on a ever getting
on the first
ever
roster.
getting to a roster,
Yeah.
let alone starting games and being on multiple teams.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, where's the out? To me, people's outrage can be in a lot more different places. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody ever said, oh, nobody ever hated on LiAngelo Ball.
Yeah, they did.
No. To this extent.
Not to this level, but I mean, he got some
because again, it's like, hey, his two brothers, they was cold.
Mm-hmm.
LiAngelo Ball getting on Hornets rosters and stuff like that. Wasn't nobody like it didn't lead ESPN, I don't think, to be like, oh, this is manufactured. This is just a ploy because LeVar Ball pulled strings. Like, nah, like people was like, hey, he got potential. Bronny got potential.
It was just the fact that now, like, I talked to Deuce. So so it was that conversation was funny. You know what I'm saying?
I would have paid the bit in that chat.
You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing is, like, once you like I'm not changing how I felt this all season about the Lakers. I'm not changing my denouncement until further notice. You know what I'm saying?
You got to pledge again, dog.
Hey, they pay for now, so I'm good. I can get a honcho. Like I'm not changing how I felt about that because if we go back to those moments, like I was not wrong, and if you really listen to what I was saying, you understood why I felt the way I felt. Like, and if you didn't, I mean, hey, I mean, it's nothing I can do for you. I mean, I tried my best to articulate my thoughts as well as. Now we got the report right before we started. Bronny going back to the G League. We're going down to the G League. He's about to, do both, pretty much, like the original plan was. So whatever you felt about a second round pick, you can leave it. Like, we don't have to keep discussing a second round pick. What helped this moment is the fact that they won.
Yeah.
That's what helped this moment, because if they would have lost, now, all right, come on, bro. Y'all doing sideshow shit, and it's not keeping basketball first. But you want to be objective about the Lakers during that game. They looked way different from how they looked last year. I mean, they was running multiple sets, multiple plays. Like, they looked active. Rui was active. They had an actual. They looked like an actual basketball team.
I remember when we were talking about, Ham had the best version of AD, and at this age, the best version of LeBron, basically. Now put that in conjunction with an actual system, actual plays, and being able to get the best out of the others too.
Yeah.
So it's like
you can see. Yeah. So it's like Cannon texted, and he was hyped, during the game. And most Lakers fans, if you talk to them, they're hyped. Like they can feel, they can see the optimism now. You know what I'm saying? In a season that we haven't seen, be quite honest, in a while. Like, we've had hope of, we got another roster. We got, a few pieces here and there, but actually to see plays ran consistently, like, it's like, okay, hold on. This, and then to get the AD performance that looks sustainable. That wasn't no crazy, no crazy fluke of a performance. Like, that looked like a sustainable.
He went 50% from three, like 5 for 10 or something like that. You know what I mean?
And then, like you say, he's aggressive on the defensive end. Like, he's putting the bid in early that he wants to win Defensive Player of the Year. You can. It feels different now. What they got the nonsense out the way, which all I've been asking for the whole offseason. Put the basketball first. All the nonsense is going to be there anyway. They're going to do that. It's going to be manufactured anyway. Just put the basketball first. You don't have to do this.
Yeah.
You know, that's my fault for picking the team. Oh, and all my teams is goofy. You know what I'm saying? That's my fault. I take some accountability on that.
At
And
least
I'm
might be
sick and
having
tired of it.
rings.
And I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? It's exhausting. You know what I'm saying? From my point, and I had to lash out. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, take a break, bro. Take a break, bro. Somebody had to take a break, right?
Yeah, so I guess so.
You know, man. But shouts out to them. Shouts out to we'll get into the NBA as further go along. I just want to hit this little preliminary. We didn't really miss
Yeah.
nothing, you know.
Yeah, because and we literally just a couple days in this thing, so we'll be able to really delve into it.
Welcome back, Ja. Welcome back, Ja. Stay
Yeah.
back, Ja. Stay. Please stay. Please stay. And yeah, OKC. Spooky.
Yeah.
Now, I want to move on to the like I said, we missed all the headlines about, you know, the NFL headlines.
Yeah.
That's cool. They already been talked about. We're going to talk about one headline, but I do want to ask you a question before we get to our picks. You know, we got the first headline. You know, we got DeAndre Hopkins got traded, you know, to the Chiefs. How do you feel about that objectively? Let me say that first. You get your hate off.
Objectively,
Be objective first.
objectively, I do think it's going to help because I think it's going to allow them to kind of play in a realm of not just trying to make sure that, you know, these guys are, you know, open to get easy catches. DeAndre Hopkins has one of the best catch percentages in NFL history. He don't drop much. And so I think, you know, even though he's not the fastest and is not like a great separator, I do think he will help the offense in the fact that he can kind of get some of that stuff over the middle and kind of like, I can't think of the word because I've had a couple sips of whatever this is in my cup, but he can take some of that over the middle stuff and that, you know, easy, just quick chain moving stuff also that Travis Kelce used to be able to do and hasn't really been super efficient at it this year. And I think it also will help out Travis Kelce to kind of get back into those things as well, because now you got multiple people and he can kind of do it a little bit beyond the chains and he can do it on all levels of the field. And so, you know, and then we'll see how they, you know, like they're still working in Xavier Worthy. He's been, you know, kind of up and down. So I think it's going to just kind of be a little bit all over the place, but I do think it will kind of bring a little bit of, I want to say like calmness to the offense, a little bit of balance to the offense in a sense, where I think he's going to settle in and just going to always kind of have like an outlet where Mahomes can just be like, I can put it in this area. I can put it on this back shoulder. I can kind of put it a little bit up in the air. And I know DeAndre's going to fight for it, fight through the ball, fight to the ball, and come down with this catch more often than not.
Yeah, we have complete faith in Andy Reid to figure out something that, you know, that DeAndre Hopkins
must
can do
be nice.
I think what is going to like piss people off the most is the scramble drill. You know how we see the scramble drill, and all of a sudden you see the replay, and Travis Kelce did hit a juke, and next thing you know, he open, like he just nowhere to go.
Oh my god!
Well, DeAndre Hopkins been doing that his whole career too. Like he's been finding the soft spot in the zone. Like he knows how to like work the scramble drill correctly. Like this is going to piss a lot of people off when the scramble drill comes out, and he's just going to be there, and we know he's going to catch the ball. It's
You know what's really going to piss me off?
It's going to happen. What?
Ain't nobody going to call offensive pass interference on them.
I knew the hate was coming. I tried to avoid it as long as I could.
I wasn't gonna let you get past it. I'm gonna get this shit off.
I know, but it was one of those moves that they made that we knew they were going to make something. They were going to make some type of move. Pretty sure that they were trying to get Amari. Maybe the price was too high for them, and pretty sure that they said Devontae turned them down or whatever, but they were going to find somebody, like you say, with Rashid Rice's injury. Hollywood Brown injury. Hell, Sky Moore just went on IR. Juju got hurt. Like they was like they needed
I mean,
somebody.
does Sky Moore going on the IR really mean
It
anything?
didn't mean nothing, but it's fact that
Okay.
he was so bad. Look,
Yeah.
he's so bad. Even when Juju goes out, he can't even get in. You know, so it's just mad. It's just more fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we can't get this charcoal to go out yet. That's all that is. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I want to question though. This is a overall question about the league, and you can take it any way you want it. It's a broad question too. What do you know about the league so far?
That they're probably like, I would say, I probably could name like almost 10 teams that I wouldn't be surprised if they actually ended up winning the Super Bowl, because there's no dominant team. There's no team that I could say like that's the best team in the NFL right now. Because the only undefeated team, I don't think that they're the best team in the NFL.
Okay.
So to me, it's like, it's so wide open. Like, there's a team that could go on a run and be like, oh, that's the best team in the NFL. There's a team. The Chiefs could win 17 games this season. And I literally truly would be like, if they're playing like the way that they're playing, I don't know if they could win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that they wouldn't, but just like how they've been playing and how they've been winning, they could go undefeated. And they could literally lose the first round of the playoffs or win the Super Bowl, and I'd still be confused at both. Like, how did this happen?
That's correct. I mean, because like I said, the way Mahomes is playing, it's like, who is this dude?
It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good.
But
like even the Bills, I'm like, they look good, but it's just like, it's almost like when it comes down to like when it gets to the playoff time, like some of those injuries that they've suffered, it's like, will that rear its ugly head? You know what I'm saying? If the Lions don't make a move, them not being able to get pressure with the way that secondary looked. Jordan Love, we thought like, oh, you're gonna be the successor to Aaron Rodgers. He looking like Brett Favre.
I mean, hey,
he can't stop turning the ball over.
And I think his is going to be I think he's going to dial his back. I think he's going to eventually figure it out.
And then
figure it out.
I'm not gonna commandeer, the whole topic, but it's just like, this is kind of my alley-oop to you. But the team that we've been talking about the most, that was everybody's kind of like Super Bowl darling, and they had, the newest addition to the top 5 quarterback list, the Texans. It's like that offense doesn't look like a team where it's like, this is the best team in the league. This is the best offense, and then, no Nico and stuff like that. We don't know anything about the league.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know. I agree with that part, but I think we do know. I do think now, Aiden Hutchinson injury is significant and it's terrible, and it definitely gives you more questions. But the way their offense is performing is they're definitely still going to the NFC Championship. Like I feel that confident in that team, seeing what they've done to multiple teams that's considered good or contenders. You know what I'm saying? So I have the confidence in that team that they're starting to separate themselves. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, you say, and like I said, the AFC, the Chiefs definitely are undefeated and they look nasty doing it. But once again, they have shown us. I don't even look at them anymore, right? Because they're in a separate category. They've shown us it can look nasty and they can still win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
for sure. just real quick before you move on, I'm not saying that they're like terrible and I'm just writing them off because I don't think that they can do it. All I'm saying is they don't look just like the dominant, like, oh yeah, like that's the team to beat right now. You know what I mean? Because just like, to me, I would say the Ravens look like the best team in the AFC, but they lost to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is kind of up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So they're vulnerable there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, even there, it's like you still got questions. Like every team, like to me, it's like every team across the board has like, sometimes it's like, oh, this team question, they got questions at linebacker, or they got questions at receiver. It's almost like each team now has questions for an entire unit. It's like, oh, this defense has questions. This offense has questions. This coaching staff has questions. And that's what, to me, is like kind of like what's standing out now to like almost every single team in the league right now.
Yeah. So yeah, we really don't, like you say, it's the funny thing about it. It was a setup broad question. We know, but we really don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
We do know who's sorry.
Wait, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we are week 8 and don't know.
No who's sorry though.
Yeah.
Get to these picks, man. Go ahead and breeze through it, man. We had a game. A shut the rumor up game last night. It really didn't make any sense, to be quite honest. But you really, in regards to rumors with the Rams, you don't know.
You never know.
You never know. You don't know if they was like, okay, yeah, let's just be sellers. We just bad. And like, hold on, y'all not even out of it. like y'all not even out of it. It is like I say, do you come out there, you have a significant win against somebody, now they're on a two game losing streak and starting to see a little chinks in their armor. The Vikings, we're starting to see some things. But shouts out to the game. The Rams won the game. Controversial. It's not controversial, but just a blatant no call on the face mask at the end of the game.
Yeah, that was nasty.
That was just nasty. Like, come on, like I don't know, like what are we doing here? You could have, if you wanted to rig it, you could have. They could have gave some more opportunities to rig it.
It's plenty more things, but that one is like, hey, dog.
I mean, they was already backed up anyway, so it's like,
yeah.
90 more yards to go.
You could have called a holding in the end zone or something, try and make it look a little. But dog, that was bad.
Nice. So we got the Jameis Winston is going to be starting this week against the Ravens. It was an unfortunate incident for Deshaun Watson towards Achilles. That thing popped for sure, and I know he was playing awful. I know he's playing bad. I know Browns was trying to find a way to get him out of there. This is not the way that you wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying?
This is the Browns' fault. This is the Browns fans' fault. This is their karma. Because y'all overlooked all the shit that he was doing. Y'all was making the memes that said, there's nothing wrong with a happy ending and doing all of that stuff. And then all of a sudden, now once he was playing bad, you wanted to bring it back up. Nah, you should have had a little bit more morality then. And who knows? I'm not saying it would have changed anything, but don't change your tune now. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But my fault. Go ahead.
I know I got the Ravens.
I got the Ravens, but I will say, had they not traded Amari and then put Jameis and had Jameis, I think that the Browns could have won this game. But with no Amari, I'm definitely going to Ravens here.
Yeah, we got the Titans and the Lions.
Ross ain't here. It's easy Lions by a lot. I think it's gonna be by like 17.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty. We got the Colts and the Texans. Another tough division game.
If Flacco not starting, I'm going with the Texans. With the Texans. I need to see those flashes that we kind of got of like early last year, Anthony Richardson. It's like I want to see that with some consistency, and that's just been the biggest thing. Like, and then Michael Pittman got the back injury, so he's probably gonna play, but if he's not 100%, it's gonna be a long day.
Gonna be another long day for this team right here. We got the Jags and the Packers.
Is this the game that gets somebody fired?
No, I think the game saved. I think the Patriots game saved them for some reason.
Okay. For some reason, I was gonna say like, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, it might have gave them. Unless they get blown out, they look bad. Like if this is a non-competitive game, then this
up out of there. Yeah,
this is the game. But if it's just a competitive loss, then you got another game. I don't know when their bye week is, but that's the target date that we should be looking at. The bye week for them.
He better not lose going into that bye week.
Yeah. Nasty game of the week. You do not see another nasty. Yes, you do.
I do.
Yes, you do.
I do. We
have a two candidate.
I do. Yeah. That's what I said. I don't know.
Yeah, this is part one of nasty games of the week. Cardinals and the Dolphins.
The reason why I can't say that this is going to be the nasty game of the week is even though, he said no to the Guardian cap. Mm-hmm. He is supposed to play this week.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen what that offense looked like without him. Yeah. Even if he's a little bit rusty, playing that Cardinals defense is going to help shake off some of that rust.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think it's going to be one of like the Dolphins games that we've seen previously. And I think the Cardinals offense is, even if it's not going to make it competitive in a sense, it can make it entertaining. You get what I'm saying? Like, you might get a 40-yard touchdown run by Kyler. You might get a couple, plays from Marvin Harrison. You might get some good runs by James Conner. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think this is the nasty game of the week. And I think we both, I see two.
Oh, I didn't see another one, but we'll get to that. Oh, I think I may see what you're talking about. All right, man, we got the Jets and the Patriots.
I'm going with the Jets in this one because, I think they just lucky that the Patriots team is kind of struggling right now, and they're working in Drake May. Even though Drake May has brought some excitement to this offense, he brings a level of like variance to this offense too, where it's like he's gonna throw some big plays, he's gonna create some big plays, but unlike Jacoby, he's not always gonna protect the ball. For the sake of sometimes that's how he makes his big plays. So I think that variance and then going against that Jets, defense is going to kind of be the death knell, and allow the Jets to win this game. And it's going to be all hugs and kisses for the Jets locker room. See, we didn't need Salah.
So Gerard Mayo one and done, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
But you know me. Don't ever follow a legend.
Yeah.
And don't ever be that black man for the cleanup job.
Yep.
He was both.
He was
both.
This is falling apart way too fast.
Yeah.
We got the Falcons and the Bucks, and everybody's hurt for the Bucks right now.
Everybody, and that's why I gotta go with the Falcons here.
Yeah, I got the Falcons.
It's just I gotta go with the Falcons. I don't know if they'll be able to have enough offense.
T. Higgins popped up on the injury report today as questionable. It's the Eagles versus the Bengals. I had y'all winning. That was off pure hate for the Eagles. But with T, being questionable, I'm gonna have to reluctantly go with the Eagles. But I'm rooting for y'all. It's one of the picks I want to get wrong.
This is a pick that I want to get wrong too, because even before T. Higgins' injury, I had the Eagles winning this.
Why though? But that must be about your team, because there's nothing you've seen from the Eagles.
Oh, it's been purely what I've seen from my team and the last two offensive showings that we've had, and then the defensive coordinator that's coming in to play us, because it's kind of that same system that has been slowing our offense down that for some reason we just can't seem to figure out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, if we're not going to be able to score the 30 points that we've scored against, the Ravens and stuff like that, we're not going to win this game, because going up against A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Saquon Barkley, my defense has been playing good the last 2 weeks, but that's also been against the Browns and the Giants. And so I'm not 100% certain that they're going to, look like they did. Even if they actually play a decent game, I don't expect them to be like giving up 17 points, 14 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think it's possible that they give up some big plays. I will say I'm going for Trey Hendrickson to get 2 sacks, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So I got us losing, unfortunately, but I do want to be wrong.
I got you. I mean, of course that. You got the Saints in the Chargers. This one of your It's one of your nasty games.
It's one of them.
Yeah, it's one of the nasty games. I started seeing it. I'm like, this ain't the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, this ain't the one, but that's what I was like. Hey, this
It's the candidate though.
It's a candidate.
I don't know what Spencer Rattler out there doing, but I'm going with the Chargers.
Yep, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like, yeah, this is about to be nasty.
Yeah. We got the Bills and the Seahawks. Should be a good game.
Yeah. I'm going with the Bills in this one though.
So am I.
I just feel like the Seahawks, their defense has kind of been a little bit, up and down as part of that Mike McDonald transition that we've seen, where it's kind of been like, ooh, that didn't look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think going up against the Bills, and then you got Amari with another week in the offense and that run game, them kind of, really implementing Ray Davis too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on that Seahawks defense, and so I'm going with the Bills in this one.
Yeah, I got the Bills too. I think the Seahawks right now, and then DK is out, but the Seahawks are just they're Geno,
dependent.
Like he got to play perfect, and he's been playing great. It's like, but damn, bro, we asked Geno to do this.
Yeah, especially with that offensive line that he got in front of him, it's like we need Geno to get a little bit more help, and I think they could really take off, especially in that division. It is like they could really separate if they kind of just get some things together. They could really separate and stake claim to the NFC West.
That's a fact. We got the Bears and the Commanders. The battle of the
1 and 2, baby.
Yeah.
So for this game, I think Jaden Daniels practiced today.
Mm-hmm.
So if he plays, you may see my pick change. But right now, like, I understand Mariota came in and didn't miss a beat. But I am going. I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bears in this one. But if Jaden Daniels plays, I might switch my pick. I might. I'm not sure. I'm not certain yet. But as it presently stands, I'm going with the Bears off the fact that I think the offensive continuity is going to help, and that defense is they still can give you problems.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bears. Pure hate. No logic behind that.
I had to cut my hate off in the Chiefs segment, but you get to do yours off pure hate.
Because I'm not expanding on it.
Okay.
Just hate.
All right, man.
Just hate. That's hate. Move on.
For sure.
That's it. Man, we got the Panthers and the Broncos out here.
This is the nasty game of the week. Yeah,
I got the Broncos.
Yeah, I got the Broncos because I feel like Andy Dalton did this shit on purpose.
No, he did.
So the toughest defense, you be like, hey, nah,
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Bryce. Go ahead, Bryce.
Yeah, right.
They finna serve Bryce up to the wolves.
Yeah, that was the sad part about it. I'm like, man, come on, Bryce, I'm rooting for you, get your job back, but then you got to go against this defense.
This ain't the week, dog.
This definitely not the week, dog.
This ain't the week to do it. So I hate it had to be you, Bryce.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, you can get a stint somewhere else, man. But
Yeah.
this ain't gonna look good on your resume on Sunday.
Yeah, this ain't gonna be it, dog. Oh man, we got the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Didn't this game get flexed to 425? Or was that the I think this was
I think the Commanders game got flexed.
Oh yeah, it was the Commanders Bears game. Okay, never mind. I take what I
I mean,
said.
cause they can't flex this nowhere. This is West
Yeah.
Coast. So.
Yeah, I take what I was gonna say back.
Yeah. Yeah, we know it's the Chiefs, man.
Yeah. Who's even playing? So yeah. Chiefs. They're going to be 7-0, dog.
Yeah.
They're about to be 7-0. I swear. I hope they lose. They're not, but it's just not fair, man. It's just not fair. All right. 49ers and Cowboys, man.
Nasty game. Two desperate teams. The bullies is coming to town again. I mean the 49ers have not looked like themselves pretty much all year. It's a few games that they looked up like 49ers, but overall they haven't looked like themselves. They're dealing with a whole bunch of injuries and all that, and none of that is going to matter. Sunday they are going to beat the brakes off the Cowboys once again. Like they're going to show they go, oh my God, we look like the 49ers again. Once again, it's literally nothing that no optimistic viewpoint if you're a Cowboys fan. The things that the people have done to stifle the 49ers, we can't do. You know what I'm saying? We can't do it all. So it is what it is. They're gonna look like the 49ers on Sunday night. It's just that simple. They're gonna beat the brakes off of, and we potentially may get McCarthy fired that Monday morning. Like,
man, I don't know if I'm doing this to gain ground in the pick'ems because I'm so far behind. But I do believe that with some of the injuries that the 49ers have and their defense not looking like the 49ers defense that we've seen, I'm going with the Cowboys. And I think this is going to be Jalen Tolbert's breakout game. Like I'm going 80 yards and a touchdown for Jalen Tolbert alongside a good game with CeeDee Lamb. So I think the offense is going to kind of be able to get back into a rhythm. So that's why I'm going to pick the Cowboys in this one.
All right, good luck. Dallas Duo will be recording tonight, so you might see that in the morning, depending on when we record. But we'll definitely expound on that. And also, Kate Band and San Fran, they recorded this week and they talked about the game. Both fan bases is reeling. They feeling nasty.
They coming around saying Brock Purdy not elite no more. Hey, that's some all the shit that we have been through talking about Brock Purdy, boy. Ain't that some vindication for us?
Man, it felt good to hear. I'm telling you,
it felt good, man.
We got a nasty Monday night.
Yeah, I might make plans for Monday night. I might do something. I might leave the house because
it's only one-sided nasty though. But I get it too.
Yeah, but because it's one-sided nasty, it makes it a nasty Monday night game.
Yeah, but it's two huge fan bases, so yeah, it's gonna be a good for the Raiders, and but we got the Giants and the Steelers. Steelers been on prime time for like
it feels like 3 straight weeks, don't it?
It's 3 out of the 4, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Only one was the Raiders game.
Yeah. What I will say is, even though they don't have Kayvon Thibodeau, I do think this Giants defense could make it really, really tough and really nasty and kind of make it a defensive game and a defensive struggle. But I'm still going to go with them just because the better quarterback.
Bro, you see how many times he got sacked against Philly? Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
He probably just got sacked right now, right when I say
But what I'm saying is that defensive line for the Giants is the real deal. So that's all I'm saying. They can keep it tough, but because of that, I'm still going with them because
who the better defense, Jets or the Giants?
The Jets or the Giants?
Mm-hmm.
The Jets are the better defense, but the Giants, I believe, have a better defensive line.
I mean, Will McDonald he one of the leaders in sacks.
I mean, you got Azeez Ojulari and Dexter Lawrence leading the league in sacks from the interior.
Yeah, I mean,
you get what I'm saying?
They got
and then you still got Brian Burns. So that's what I'm saying. I think that they can make it tough on that Steelers offensive line because, like I said, I think that they can put pressure and kind of interrupt some things that the offense will do. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a close game.
I see a repeat from last week, to be quite honest.
I can respect it. I think I need to figure out the over under, but whatever it is, I'm betting the under on that game. I can see
that too.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see a repeat performance because I mean, think about it. Russ looked rusty in the first half.
Yeah,
it was looking nasty in the first half, and then all of a sudden he got the cooking.
He got cooking. But that's all I'm saying. I think with the pressure, it could change some things if they can keep it consistent. That's all.
Yeah, I feel you. But I got the Steelers, man. I think it's gonna be a good game on Monday night. And man, I want to appreciate y'all, man. We got to get up out of it. As y'all can hear, you know what I'm saying? Chase is having a ball, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's time for you to go blow up some balloons and put some stickers on something because he told you. You know,
exactly. I'm about to go blow this bounce house up and just let him tire himself out.
Yeah, I'm about to head out, man. So I would appreciate y'all for checking us down live. Catch us on the playback. I'm Hill. That's AJ. Y'all the fours. Some of y'all the Fab Five. It's episode 255. And we have.
Yeah.